Previously on Heiner Builds Your Ride special.
We are in the last week of our 76 series build project,
and I was installing the Red Arc products, including the Manager 30 and 2000 watt inverter with a remote for it. The rooftop tent was officially finished, and it was time to install the mounting brackets onto the vehicle.
It is Friday, 1 minute past 5, and we're just doing the finishing touches. This thing is gonna go on a trip on Monday, and Verena will take it on a shakedown trip. It's the first time we've built an interior for a car. This is how it turned out. Come and have a look. What we've got over here is a little bench area. We've got our Egan relay hub, Egan DC hub, and then in here, we've got the electrics. 200 amp hour lithium battery from Mtron. We have got the Red Arc Manager 30 with the Red Vision display. Still needs to calibrate the battery setting. We've also got a BCDC 1225 core just tucked underneath there, you can't see it. Then we've got an ARB twin piston compressor with a tank, 2000 watt Red Arc inverter with the remote switch for it, so you can turn it on and off from here without having to open that up. Then we've got a little map reading light, so you can use that in the front or you can use it in the back, because this section here is also gonna be a sleeping area for our daughter. She is 9 years old, and we gotta put a mattress on top here when we go with 3 people, and she can sleep here. And we can go with 3 people because this middle armrest here is also a seat. And I know what you're saying, that looks very uncomfortable, and it is, but we can go with 3 people just for weekend getaways. From where we are, drive an hour or 2, get to a beach, set this thing up and spend the weekend on the beach. And it will do that very comfortably for us. We've put the extra armrests in here, a tow pro in case we want to tow our Caravan, air compressor, USB charge ports. We have also got the PVS switch panel in here where we can turn all the lights on and off. We can have our battery override switch, water heater switch, and the GME XRS 370, and remote controls for the exterior lights. And as you see, when I turn them on and off, the control lights in the dash turn on as well. So just in case you have them on accidentally, you actually got a control light in your dash. We put a different stereo in here with the microphone there. And as you can see in the door boards, we've got the Alpine speakers and a subwoofer under the seat here. This thing actually puts out some very nice sound. And then because you can't see a lot out of the back, we have got our mirror replacement camera. So screen turns on and there is a camera at the very back inside behind the glass, and you can see out of the back just as if this would be a mirror still. I'll show you some more under the bonnet. We have got the bar work from Off-Road Animal on here, laser lamps, 9-inch Sentinel lights, laser lamps, 18-inch light bar. And we have got a different grille in here. We also put new headlights in with the JW Speaker H4 direct fit globes. Gas struts for the bonnet, because Verena is not the tallest person in the world, so she can actually lift the bonnet up. And then we've got our get home safe option in here. This is our backup battery. This is our start battery. We've got the Red Arc SBI 12 down here that combines those batteries, or when you press the switch on the inside, you can override that automatic connect-disconnect to jumpstart yourself in case you have to. We have used a Hulk battery panel in here. We generally always use the Hulk battery panels. They're pretty good value for money. And what we've also done here, new battery terminals. As you can see, these actually don't just have one bolt on them, they've got 2. So it was very easy for us to add the extra wiring and also add the extra alternator. We have put a Black Series 240 amp alternator into this thing. with our bracket here and a 250 amp fuse directly to the battery terminal. Let me show you some more cool stuff in the passenger side. On this side here, we've got an 85-liter upright fridge. And it's actually fitted in a way that you can really access this thing. Even this, though on an angle, comes in and out, so that you can change it if you have to. Freezer, tiny, but good enough for ice cubes. And, of course, a travel buddy. Right here, with a little storage area that you can use for other pots and pans and stuff like that as well. Fits very snug. And then back here, the back of the drawer system. So this is not completely finished yet. We're still missing the gull wings. They didn't arrive in time, unfortunately. So the water hub was supposed to go in the gull wing there. But what we've done is we've just mounted that here for now, so that we can get water. And what we've got here as well is some nice long drawers you can cook on here. This will have a chopping board in it. And another thing you can do when you want to be cooking, you can put our Klarmann barbecue up here, so you got an extra storage area for when you're actually cooking. We've got two more big drawers on this side. Ooh, this big drawer is still scraping a little bit. It's well, this is a prototype and we're just seeing how to build these things. We've learned a lot actually. Also how you can make drawers so they don't scrape. But it was too late for this one. Henry is still up in there. We've got the Bush Company AX27 rooftop tent together with the 270 XT awning. So this whole area will be covered when we're out camping. What we've also did with our barbecue is we put a bracket on the side here, because obviously you got the fridge there. You want to be able to make drinks somewhere. So now you can get things out of the fridge, put them here, and just in case you want to wash up. But what you can do with this is put the other part of the barbecue on here, and now you can actually wash your dishes. Or, if you're still in the cooking process, you take this, put it together like this, and you can either cook on it directly, just chuck some coals underneath, or you can put your camp oven or pots and pans, whatever you've got on there. Quite the versatile unit, this little thing. I'll park that here for now. We've got the Laser Lamps Utility 25 lights with the yellow cover all the way around, and they are remote controllable. So I can turn them on and off with the remote in my hand, but I can also do that in the dash, like I've shown you before. And little magic trick, because we had a fourth channel available. You cannot really see that now, but when it's darker, we've got a backlight for the Egan covers. Remote controllable as a little showpiece. We've also got a shower tent on this side here, because you can get your water hose out from here, get the shower tent out. Me personally, I don't mind showering naked wherever I are, but Verina's got her reservations about that. So we put a shower tent there for her, so she can actually have a shower wherever she wants to without feeling like she's been watched all the time. Another cool thing is the MSA mirrors that we put on. They've got indicators integrated into the mirrors. You can fold these, you can pull them out when you're towing. They just feel really good. Awesome quality. And one of the most important things, they are electric. Because this car is a work-made version. It's usually got manual mirrors. Now it's got automatic mirrors, electric mirrors. And we've also retrofitted a cruise control, as you can see. So this car has now got a cruise control that works exactly like the factory unit, which is an absolute must for long distance traveling, so you don't have to have your foot on there the whole time. And of course, we've got our water heater in the back here. The 6-liter OSJ water heater. That is usually enough easily to shower with 2 people. And we've only got a 48-liter water tank under the car, and because that is not a lot, because that is drink water, you can also store a jerry can right here, and then you can use the external input, drop the pickup in here, and shower with the water from the jerry can, while you use the clean water from the tank underneath for drinking water or for cooking. And you can fill up the water tank right there. That's the filler port for the water tank. You just unscrew that and put a garden hose in there, and this is where you can fill up the water tank. I'll show you underneath where it sits. The water tank sits right here. Bit hard to see, but this is a 48-liter water tank that sits right in this little cavity here. Fits very, very snugly. As you can see, it is very close to the drive shaft, but it fits in perfectly. What you can also see here, this is the off-road animal rock slide installation. These are so heavy duty that you've got high lift jack points in the side. You can actually jack the vehicle up there, and of course in the bull bar as well, which is extremely heavy because we always carry one of those hydraulic ARB high lift jacks with us. So you can get the max tracks under the car just in case you are really, really stuck. Obviously shovel on there, and 200 watt red arc solar panel. The new Laser Lamps Linear 36 Elite light bar, which has got twice the output of the normal one. Big safari snorkel here, completely sealed with sticker flex at the airbox, so this thing is absolute waterproof, and you can probably easily drive this far underwater, but you can be sure that the inside's gonna fill up because this is an old car, so. I've probably forgotten something. There's a lot that we've did to this car. I'd really like to turn these lights on with the remote control. Henry, can I plug the 12 pin back in? Just did. So, remote control. Dong, dong. Lights. I love remote control lights. It's got to be really cool camping. One thing, of course, this is where the camera is for the rear view mirror, and then on this side here, National Lunar Light. So you got light for cooking right here, and obviously you got water for cooking right here as well. You can just plug your tap in, cook away. So what we're gonna do is, or what Verina's gonna do is, she's gonna go out camping with this thing for a month now, trial everything, and then we get some proper R&D when this thing comes back. But for now, I would say, we just gotta give it a sticker, because this thing here is now almost ready to drive anywhere once we're done.
Wait a second, we are not finished yet. Our 76 went on a few trips and upgrades over time.
You've seen us just finishing this. It went out the workshop door. Verena took it away on her trip. We were sort of on time, a little bit late, but I managed to finish the last little bits and tweaks over the weekend. And then we went away on a family trip with it. I went on a few trips with it. And we finally finished all the other modifications. As you can see first, it sits a little bit higher now, and we've put different rims on it. We've corrected the offset in the back of this. So these are deep dish rims in the back for the track correction. And then in the front, we've got negative 12 mil offset as well to give the whole car a little bit wider stand. which is quite important because we got a lot of roof weight on our roof there. Also, once the weight was in there, I had the car back to SWAT, and what they did is they put different springs into the back and into the front, and we've also added control arms for the front axle. So what they do is when you lift the car, the front axle actually lifts up and moves moves slightly back, and then it's not sitting in the right location anymore, and the axle sort of moves back a little bit like this. So what these control arms do, you can see them right here. There's some proper superior engineering control arms. They move the axle a little bit further forward again, so the axle goes from sitting somewhere here to sitting where it's supposed to sit, and it tilts a little bit back into its location where it should be. That made a massive difference in the ride comfort and the stability on the road. The shockeys that we put in before, we've kept them. The only reason we didn't do the springs yet is we weren't quite sure of the weight at the time, and everything had to happen quick, as it usually is the case. So also in the front here, we've put an adjustable panhard rod. So same situation, when you lift the car and the panhard rod is just a factory one, the axle sits slightly offset to one side. With this, you can correct the axle to sit in the exact location where you want it to be sitting. That's the front axle modification. In the back, we've got some
Upgraded heavy-duty lift springs.
and some extended shackles in here to make sure we've got the car riding at the height that we wanted it to be riding, and that made a massive difference to everything. As you can see, the outside has been transformed because of that. I think it really makes the car, rims and lift always make such a difference. And you'll see the gull wings have finally arrived. And we had the water hub sitting on the inside. I'll show you where it was sitting before. So before, the water hub was sitting here. We never intended that to be sitting there. It was just because we couldn't get the gull wings in time. So now we've got a bed here, so one person can sleep here, 2 people can sleep in the tent, 3 people can drive in this car. Actually works. It's not really comfortable for the person in the middle, and you sort of draw a short straw to make sure who sits in the middle, or you go whoever's the smallest person gets the middle seat. But they complain the most usually, so you have to play it by them. Gull wing box here. So we got our 240 volt outlets on the back of the gull wing box, and now we had the chance. These were the prototypes, or some of the prototypes that Sean made. Gull wings and also this outlet and some other stuff, all made by Mission 4x4 by my friend Sean, and he's actually done a really nice job. And this way we can put the water hub in here. We've got a National Lunar Light in here, of course. All the hoses can be stored in here. And now this is particularly cool. Vent panels from Mission 4x4. You just press them and they open up. And in here we've got drink water, shower water, and an air compressor outlet. The tank filler is under the bonnet, so we don't have anything on the outside here for the tank underneath. That's been filled under the bonnet. And this is great because you got all your tire inflation kit in here. You've got your drink water stuff in here. And what I do if I want filtered drink water, I've got my drink water filter that I can plug together. I plug that into the drink water outlet, and I can get filtered drink water. And just in case I just want to wash my hands, I usually like to have a tap. Also, when you do a filter system like that, make sure you have self-sealing connectors. Don't use these. I'm just experimenting with them. They rust, they're not great, but I like to have things fail at my own equipment. But what you can do if you just want a tap, You can just put this in there. Now you put the water on. You can wash your hands or leave it on. And you got the tap on the side of your car. Turn it back off. Close it, put it away. Makes this so usable. Love it. Well done, Sean, for this stuff here. But that's not all. Sean has also got a table here with a little storage compartment, and you don't have to cut the door at all. Now this whole thing is a bit obsolete because we've also got a table here and we got a table here, and they don't work both together, but we just wanted to test some products and Sean had them and we just wanted to fit them and see how we go. He's also got this, also no need to cut anything, and you get a little storage compartment there. But now I show you the real treat, and I think this is the first one fitted ever. This is not a MaxTrax table, but it is a little side table. Plus, you can put dishes and whatever you want for drying in there. And this doesn't work quite well yet because we're still waiting for proper drawer runners. Sean didn't have them. But you can pull this out. You can put a wash-up basin in there. And you got a little bit of storage space there just for a sponge and for some cutlery. These drawer runners are self-made ones, and Sean said, sorry mate, that didn't work, but he's getting me some proper drawer runners for these. And he's selling them now. And I think it's a genius idea to have this on a 76 series, especially with having another gull wing here, where you got access to the inside. I might put another box in here, I'm not quite sure yet, because it's also handy to access the storage on the side here. But this just makes it, when you've got the awning open and you've got the fridge here, this is the area where you can make a lot of things. So that worked out an absolute treat. And these are the additions that we did to the 76. So the only thing that's left now is we still got some Molle panels from Sean that can go on the back here. I haven't installed them yet, but apart from that, this has been great. As you can see, the drawer system works an absolute treat. Look, I've got an ice machine in here, or Verina's got an ice machine here. Induction cooking works really well. This is a 2100 watt induction cooker, and it runs off the 2000 watt red arc inverter. No problems. Pots and pans, there's a sandwich maker in there, plenty of other stuff. You know, this car is now always packed, and you got so much space in here. And in here, plenty more space. Packaging system in this works an absolute treat. The electric system worked really well. Yeah, I think the whole mission was a real great success. I'm loving the car. Verina's loving the car, which is even more important. And we finally got a getaway car for the weekends. 3 people, and we just go to the beach for a night or two, have fun. Camping setup takes about 2 minutes, maybe 3 if you're slow, and that's it. I hope you enjoyed this whole series. I hope we gave you some inspiration and information and about what you can do with even an old 4-wheel drive if you just be thorough at everything. I think this has got another 10, 20 years of life easily. So thank you very much, and I'll see you for the next video.